Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome to Reads and Eats. My name is Fiona. I hope you've had a good week. Mine's been busier than I expected, but that's fine. On Tuesday, I went and met one of my best friends we did lunch and afternoon coffee and did some shopping, and it was just so nice. It was just lovely to spend time with her, and just catch up on everything that is happening. And kind of make sort of a few plans that she's actually coming on holiday with myself, my mum and dad in a couple of weeks, so just sort of to chat about that as well, and it was just so nice. Normally when we meet we just manage to have lunch because she has to rush to get a train, but this time she was able to get a later train, which was really nice. It meant we could have a leisurely shop and we could have our afternoon cuppa as well, so it was absolutely delightful. And then I did actually, while I was shopping, did get some stuff that I needed for going away, not on this holiday, but on the big holiday in the summer, well, in August. So that was good to sort of tick another few things off that list. I think I actually now get everything I need, which is brilliant. And then on Wednesday, I ended up going back in because I need a new pair of trainers. And I was going, Mum needs a new pair as well. And we're going to a specific shop, but what they've done is they're opening a new unit in the same sort of strip mall, which was not the one that I'd been to with my friend, but another one. But they've closed the original what was the original store, but they haven't opened their new store up yet. So it was a bit of a ugh. But Mum got a few things that she needed, which was great. So that was good. It meant we didn't have to go out today, which was helpful. And then yesterday I had a glass lesson in the afternoon, and I managed to finish one piece for some friends, which is really nice. And I've started another piece, which is actually going to be for my mum and dad. So it's been a good week, and I'm happy. Next week I think I've got my cars. I've got various things happening next week, but it's not as busy a week as this week. Reading wise, it has kind of picked up again, which is quite nice. So the first book I finished, hold on till I grab it, is I read on my Kindle. It was a book for review, and it's Summer at Sea Glass Cove by Kane. This is the start of a new series I think that Jenny's writing. And we meet Lauren, who is a marine archaeologist, and she has come to Sea Glass Cove with the other people in her crew. There are 4 of them, 2 postgrad students, Dave, her assistant, and herself, and they are diving on a wreck in the cove and bringing up what they can and making sure that the wreck is stable, so that storms hit it, etc., that the wood, the timber, etc., is stable enough and it doesn't spoil the marine environment underneath. And they make some exciting finds, and one of them is a chess set, or most of a chess set. So that's kind of the main premise of the story. But there's also another side premise. Lauren one day decides she's been in and around the village, but not really sort of seen anything of the village, and ends up going to this gallery that sells like sculptures from wood or from driftwood and jewellery from sea glass. And here she meets Jules, and Jules is like, "Oh, hi, how are you, blah blah blah." And they get chatting, and there's one particular piece that Lauren absolutely adores, but she doesn't have the financial ability at the present to buy it. And while she's there, she discovers there's a museum, and the museum is part of the gallery. It's through another door, and she meets Phil, and Phil is like, "Well, we asked to be volunteers on the, or we're sponsoring part of your work." And she's like, Lauren's like, "Pardon? We weren't told this." And we also discover that the museum is up, or is going to be supposedly closed. So Lauren and Dave and her students get involved with trying to save the museum. Also, there's a part-time worker in the museum, Sally, who also works with Phil's brother Ollie, who runs the bar. Okay, it is quite convoluted at times, and there is a sort of connection between Lauren and Ollie. And Sally is very forthright in her opinions, and when she ends up actually becoming a volunteer for Lauren and Dave on her days off, and she absolutely is thrilled to be doing this. And then we meet Arthur, and Arthur is this gorgeous elderly gentleman who loves the museum, will do anything to help, save the museum, etc. So we have all of these stories woven in. Great characterization. I loved it. I really did. I gave this one. Did I give this one? I gave it 4 out of 5. So I really did enjoy it. And as I say, brilliant premise. I love the idea of marine archaeology. I liked the notion of Lauren going, do I really want to be living out of a suitcase all my life, etc. So it was, some big decisions were being made, and not only for her but for other people within the story as well. It's people. There are various people who are like, do they like each other? Do they not like each other? All of this, really, really good. So if you're looking for a really nice, different occupation summer romance read, I would go for Sea Glass Cove. I really would, because it was just really good. I then read, go away, I don't need things about that just now. This is what I hate. You get little messages popping up on you when you're doing something. Oh, yes. I don't like that. It's like when you're doing something like this, I don't want little messages popping up. No, thank you, bye-bye. Anyway, what else did I read? I read another one for SAS 24. Yes, this is me actually finished the one. I said I wanted to read one in each series, and I've now completed that. So I'm like, yes. Technically, it's 1.5. I will explain all. So, Before Buckthorn by B.J. Daniels. I gave this 4 out of 5. I really did enjoy it. So, Caspar has come back to Buckthorn because he wants to run a ranch. He isn't running what was his family's ranch. He has bought a smaller one. His family's ranch was sold when his grandparents passed away. He was a homicide cop, but something happened that he was like, nah, I'm done. I've had enough. And he just wants a quiet life. And he's enjoying being in Buckthorn. He's making a few friends. Bessie at the cafe and her husband Earl. He's very friendly with them. But that's kind of it. But then into town comes Darby. Now, Darby and Jasper had one night on the night before he graduated college. And it's been etched in their memories ever since. But he kind of sort of pretends he doesn't remember, but he does. And Darby is like, well, if we're gonna be, it's almost like we're gonna be friends come heck or high water. We're not brushing this under the carpet. So you've that story. You then have the story of this shop opening up called Gossip, okay? And there is black paper on all the windows, so you cannot see in. So certain people are getting invitations to a special screening at this shop, okay? But things start to happen after they've had their screening. And not nice things happen. And it's like, it's run by this guy called Leviathan Nash. And Darby's like, what is going on? Why is this happening? I want to know more. And as an investigative journalist who's running the Buckthorn newspaper, she feels it's her duty to find out. She tries to get Jasper to help, but he's like, no. And when he gets his invite, he tears it up. Leviathan tries again, he tears it up. Leviathan tries again, he tears it up. And then somebody from Darby's past arrives. And things sort of escalate a wee bit. And it was really good. It was like, how far is this guy Leviathan going to go? Because there's one person that he has in his sights, and that one person is ignoring him. It's like, how far will he push things? And what will the consequences of that be? So, really did enjoy this. I did thoroughly enjoy it. So I will say it was slight trigger warning in that there is a bit in this of partner abuse. Okay, so just be aware. Once I'd finished it, they had tagged on at the end, in my rant last week, Out of the Blue, which is book number 3.5. Okay, or is it 2.5? No, it must be 2. It's the one before this, so it's 2.5. Or is it 3.5? Hold on one moment. Right, what number is this? Yeah, it's 3.5. Okay. So basically, do you have to read 3.5 before you read 4? Not really, but it does give you the story of something else. So in 3.5, this lady called Tanya rolls into town, and she is basically down in her luck. But she comes from a wealthy family, but obviously, I don't know, we don't get totally the backstory, but something's happened that, she's been maybe cut off, and she's on the run from somebody that she owes money to. Her car breaks down. She's going to have to stay in town for a couple of days. She goes to the bar. The bar is run by Dave, who's her high school sweetheart. And they'd split. And she tries to inveigle her way into his life. And he is very interested in Melissa. But Tracy tries to come between the two of them. She tries a few stunts that are really not great. And various things happen. It was really well written. It was really nice to have that little snippet, I have to say. Overall, good book. So that's kind of the two I managed to read last week. I then picked up, no, not that one, sorry. I then picked up Miss Austen by Gill, Hornby. I had heard about this from Darling Desi, and it sounded really lovely. It is melancholy. I am going to say it is melancholy, but I am on I'm in chapter 6 so far, and I am really enjoying it. I am putting it to the side at the moment and I'll tell you the reason why. It's not because I'm not enjoying it. I am, but I've got some review books that need to be done. With being ill, I fell behind. So I've got one came in yesterday that I'm like, oh, blow. And I've got one I need to read before I go on holiday. That needs to be done and reviewed before I head off, and I want to get them done because I don't want to be doing. I've been banned from doing review books while we're away. My mum and dad are like, you haven't been well. Various complaints are, sort of having a bit of a flare up at the moment, and they're like, no review books while you're away. You can read. Yeah, you can read. You can do as much reading as you want, but it's got to be books that are non-review books. So I'm going to pop this one to the side at the moment, to get those review books done. So this arrived yesterday. So Sarah Morgan's The Summer Swap. Started that last night in bed. Read the first chapter. I'm already I'm like, yeah, what happens? I want to know what happens. So this one should be completed over the next week, if not sooner. And then the other book for review I'm reading is A Helping Hand for the Village Nurse by Tilly Tennant. This is on my Kindle tablet, my Kindle Paperwhite. I'm 57% of the way through it. This should get finished this weekend. I think that's it. I think that will be then me ready, I think. Or have I got another one? No, I think I've got another one to go review-wise before I get away. So it is kind of, yeah, pressure crunch sort of time. It's just the way things have worked out. So part of it is me in that I didn't read an email properly from publishers, and I was expecting the widget to be sent for NetGalley from them for an email. It wasn't. It was basically you go to NetGalley, you ask for it, and we will just auto approve you. So I hadn't read that bit until sort of the beginning of the week. And I'm like, sugar. So it was fine. They auto approved me within an hour, so that was fine. And then I started the book. So, but it's like I'm trying to just have kind of like 2 review books a month. I'm doing that. I'm doing that pretty well. There's one publisher that I haven't actually published. I haven't even reviewed for this year. So I need to sort of pick something maybe next month from them, but that's it. So I have a little bit of a book haul, guys. Yeah. Okay. Right. We were out, Mum, a couple of weeks ago. Mum and Dad and I were out, and we're in Dobies, and Mum and I both saw a book that we both found. She fancied one, I fancied another one, so we bought both of them. So the one I thought sounded quite good was Sisters Behaving Badly by Maddie Please. So wait to hear this. Sisters Kitty and Jenny haven't spoken since a very disappointing carvery lunch. Kitty, 62, thinks Jenny is turning grey. Jenny, 66, thinks Kitty needs to grow up. So when both sisters inherit a farmhouse in rural France, it gives them the perfect chance to heal the rift between them. Except the farmhouse is a wreck and the garden is terrorised by a flock of chickens. Not to mention a donkey with a serious flatulence problem. Kitty is determined to enjoy herself, especially when she meets gorgeous French builder Leo. Ooh la la! And Jenny finds the fully stocked wine cellar helps enormously with missing husband Paul, Hick. As the two sisters begin to repair their fragile friendship, they discover that being bad is actually very good for the soul. So I thought, yes, I think I fancy reading that one. So I got that. Then when I was out with my friend on Tuesday, I went to WH Smith because I was putting some books into their recycle scheme. And there had been 2 books on my list that I'd wanted. And I thought, right, I'm going to spend the book token. You get like a gift certificate from them when you hand in the books. They value them and tell you how much. So I had a gift certificate, so I decided, right, I'm going to spend it. So I got myself, win a jolly worth 2.5k. Okay, I will have to look at that. I got myself Heidi Swain's The Holiday Escape. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I don't know whether it is a follow-on from the Book Lovers Retreat. If it is, I'm going to have to work that out. Or whether it's different. It doesn't say anything. It does not say a thing. I'm looking at the... I don't think it is. No. So yeah, so this one sounds really good. But yes. So the tagline is her dream holidays is everyday life. His dream holiday is her normal life. What happens when they collide? So it's about a lady going to Barcelona. Barcelona. I like Barcelona, I have to say. And then you all know I love the Dirk Pitt series by Clive Cussler, so I needed The Devil's Sea, so I bought myself that. And then my friend's, her son was over from Canada. He's over there living at the moment. And he was coming, himself and his partner were coming home for a holiday. And I said to my friend, look, if there's any chance that they can get me this Harlequin book plus another couple, I would love it if they could do that. They weren't able to do it, but her son, God bless him, decided he was going to order me the book that I really wanted anyway, and that is Taking the Long Way Home by Christine Rimmer. This is part of the Bravo Family Ties series. I'm trying to collect this series. I know there are loads of them, but I've got a couple, so I just wanted to try and to get this one. I am really looking forward to reading this because I really love Christine Rimmer's writing. So yeah, so that's a little book haul. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to get any more, but I love me some books. It's my only vice. I don't drink, I don't smoke, so it's fine. So that's kind of all I've been doing this week, she says. So what have you been doing this week? I would really love to know. Have you been doing anything nice? What's the weather like with you, wherever you live? We've had a lot of har this week, but we have had some sun. The sun is out at the moment and there's sort of like hairy blue sky. There is a wind which has got a wee bit of a nip to it. If you have to be, I would say you have to be in a very sheltered spot to be able to sort of sit in the sun. The temperatures have been warm, which is good. So it'll be really nice if it just keeps warming up, which would be really nice. So what are your plans for the weekend? Have you got anything? We've got rugby on this weekend. I think there's athletics as well. I think there's Diamond League. I need to go and check, see if I need to record that. Apart from that, trying to get the review books read. It's not that it's a chore. It's not a chore. I actually enjoy doing it. I'm looking forward to reading them, which is good. So yeah, so I'm just going to be reading. I'm going to be, I have some letters to write. I will be doing that as well. That's going to be my next job once I've got this up and uploaded, etc. I've got some letters to write. I also got to try and catch up with some YouTube videos. I know I'm way behind. So friends, if I haven't watched your video and commented on it, I will get round to it, I promise. It's just, I'm also trying not to spend as much time on my computer as I was. Just spending just maybe an hour a night after dinner just to catch up on YouTube videos, and then that's it. If I spend any longer, my sleep rhythm is just completely fluffed anyway, but it makes it worse. So I'm just trying not to spend a lot of time on my laptop. So yeah, but that's the way it goes. But that's it for this video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Please let me know down in the comments, have you read any of the books that I've mentioned, or do any of them sound interesting to you? Would you like to read them? What have you been reading this week and what are you doing? I would love, come chat with me down the video, down the description, not description, the comment section even, that's the word I'm looking for. But while you're on that way, if you want to, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscription bell if you've enjoyed my video and you want to hear more from me. Also hit the notification bell and the like button. They just help the algorithm sort of show that I'm growing, and I would love to keep growing my channel because I'm loving this. I'm enjoying, I've been doing it for a number of years now, and I just enjoy the interaction and making friends with all you guys. So, but until my next video, friends, stay safe, happy reading. Bye.